Parents, have you noticed? The moment exams are announced, the entire house atmosphere changes. The child is sitting with books, but it feels like the whole family is going to give exam. Child writes, but the parents sweat more. And kids, they suddenly discover hidden talents. Some become philosophers. Why do we even need exams? Others become bathroom singers because apparently maths can't find you if you are humming behind a locked door. And us parents, we become human alarm clocks. Beta, time ho gaya. Beta, focus. Thoda to pad lo na. But here is the neuroscience truth. When kids study under constant stress and nagging, their brain releases cortisol. That stress hormone actually blocks the memory center. So the more we shout, the less they remember. So what works instead? Simple hacks that spark dopamine, the brain's happy chemical. Fun breaks, smart revision tricks, small wins. That's what makes learning stick. And that's exactly what this webinar is about. Real stories, science-backed tips, and everyday hacks to make exams calmer, smoother, and even a little fun. So parents, let's not just survive exam season, let's hack the brain, lower the stress, and raise the smiles, and yes, spark the joy of learning in long term. Come, dive with me and stay till end to help your child joyfully. Exams are here, and I can already imagine what's happening at your homes. This funny cocktail of emotions floating around, right? Hope, curiosity, a bit of excitement, and let's be honest, some stress too, isn't it? And often, somehow, the stress feels bigger for us parents than the kids. They are chilling out, right? We are the ones who are stressed. You want your kids to do well, right? Of course, who doesn't want, right? But here is the question: how? Without shouting, without nagging, without turning the house into a battlefield, how to do it? Hi, parents. I'm Surabhi, your and your child's mind coach. You know, parents often ask me, what exactly do you do as a mind coach? Well, with, with Brighter Minds, I work with children, teens, even adults, helping them sharpen focus, boost memory, handle emotions better, become better in relationships, make smarter decisions, and even grow skills like observation and intuition, how to connect better. And the best part, these are not boring lectures. They are fun filled activities, fun filled structured activities taken from all the latest researches in neuroscience, all the latest studies in neuroscience. And today I'm not alone. I have with me my thought partner, Mrs. Rama Shinde, one of the top ID leaders of India, a mentor to many schools, and also a parent who has walked this parenting journey herself. Rama ma'am, most welcome.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Sudbi ma'am. It's pleasure to be over here. And hello, everyone. Thank you once again, Sudbi ma'am. And yes, parents, take a deep breath. Okay. Exam time feels like family exams. The child is writing the paper, but we are the ones who are nervous for results. Do you agree, Sudbi ma'am? Yeah.
Yeah, they do it and we become nervous for results. Correct. So true. A mom once told me my daughter was calm during science exam, but I had butterflies in my stomach as if I was going to be tested.
Mm. I can relate it, Surbi ma'am, because in my house, my son is to sit with his maths book at 4 p.m. Okay, and instead of solving sums, he suddenly is to remember, oh, my desk is dirty, and spend 20 minutes, arranging pens and watching, and I'm watching like, okay, that's his warm up, because before the real warm up.
Exactly. And parents, haven't you seen this? You make a timetable 4 to 5 maths, 5 to 6 English, so on. You gently remind them as well. By 4:30, instead of doing division, they are on YouTube watching how to make chocolate lava cake or how to do that garba steps. Right?
Yeah. And then a big question in every parent's mind, yeah, do I shout?
Yeah.
Do I stay calm? Or do I just walk away? Honestly, some days it's all three in 1 hour.
Right. And this is why we are here today. Because the trick is not to force perfection. Hmm?
Yeah.
Perfection can't be forced. It's about making studies simple, doable, maybe even a little fun. If your child enjoys the process, remember, huh? If your child is enjoying the process, the result will take care of themselves. But if they are not enjoying the process itself, studies are becoming little boring, then rest assured they are going to lose interest slowly and there is no way to force their mind. So let's start with that golden rule, Rama ma'am. This golden rule we already know. There is nothing new in this. But why we are reminding here? Because sometimes reminders really help. So this rule, this golden rule, we already know. But often miss doing it. Study a little every day instead of cramming the night before. Sounds very simple, but we all know how hard this is. Right, Rama
Yes.
ma'am?
Yes. Cramming is like, drinking a week's water in 1 day. That's not possible. The brain doesn't work like that, man.
Mm. Yeah. And I call it chapati rule. You can
Okay.
take it as chapati rule. Parents, imagine eating 7 chapatis at once. Impossible, right? One chapati a day. The brain is the same. You can make your child listen to this. Brain is the same. It digests knowledge slowly, one piece at a time. That is why often you will hear children saying, I mugged up, I wrote an exam and then I forgot. Why? Because they only studied during exam time, right?
Yeah, yeah. So, Surabhi ma'am, this, I can relate this very well because once I had a student, okay, very smart, but every exam season there was panic, crying fights, and then, she started revising a few minutes daily. That was a practice. Within weeks, stress dropped, her memory improved, and she actually smiled while, revising. That's the magic of spaced study.
Yeah. So here I would like to ask our parents, do you agree with it? If you agree with it, type yes in the comments, right? Because no parent wants, that child should do that at the 11th hour. But children are children. So write yes if you really agree. And yes, parents, even 30 to 40 minutes daily revision works like compound interest. You can tell this to children. It's like compound interest, keeps, adding. A few sums today, a poem and essay tomorrow, one science diagram the next day. The brain loves this rhythm. Same time, same place is important for studies here. So when you give that rhythm, just spaced study with proper structure, then your brain retains it more. You will be remembering fourth. Suppose you are giving class 7th exam, you will be remembering what you studied in class 4th if you study in systematic way. Rama ma'am?
Correct, correct. And ma'am, this is like the Pomodoro twist.
Yeah. Hmm.
25 minutes focus, okay, and then 5 minutes break time.
Yeah.
I remember my son once finished a physics chapter, okay, and he did a lot of jumping from a bin bag in the break. Guess what? He remembered that chapter forever.
Yeah. So the name of the technique sounds like it's very, tricky something or, like that. But Pomodoro technique is very simple, Focus for this much time and then give yourself that relaxation time. But here is one caution. In that relaxation time, it should not become real time or TV time or screen time. Because remember, many a times I listen to parents and also children. I want to get relaxed. How would you get relaxed? by watching TV, right?
No, that
But
doesn't.
brain, it doesn't relax. It
No.
becomes overstimulated, right? So in
Correct.
relaxation, you really need to relax your mind, jump, run, dance, do anything, laugh together, but
Mm.
not screen, right?
Mm.
And small breaks recharge brain batteries. In this Pomodoro technique, the beautiful part is when you, it's like recharging your brain with a smaller this thing, so it recharges, right? And when kids laugh,
Mm.
enjoy it, what happens? Dopamine flows
Yeah.
and memory sticks better, right? So
Mm.
don't aim for hours, aim
Mm.
for only few minutes, true
Mm.
focus, and then give small break time,
Mm.
right? So
Mm.
that part is very important. Hmm? And yes, distributed practice does not work in one case. What is
Mm.
that case? Do you know it?
Mhm.
What's that case where this particular thing doesn't work? It's
Mhm.
when you do it unplanned way.
Mm.
Yes, it only works when planned properly. So Rama
Yeah.
ma'am was saying we have already spoken about it, but then I was thinking it's super important to talk about this, because even if we miss one bolt, the complete structure will be
Correct,
shaken,
correct.
right? Right, Rama ma'am? So
Yeah,
this
yeah,
particular planning part is important. Otherwise, kids just open random pages and it doesn't work.
yeah, yeah. Yes, very true. I agree with you. And a simple, wall calendar acts like, GPS for kids.
Yeah.
Hmm?
Hmm.
So the kids see the roadmap,
Hmm.
fewer arguments, less nagging. The brain gets gets and understands the structure like this.
Yeah.
So it's very important to have the planned way of working.
Hmm, hmm, hmm. Yeah, and also, I mean, we can be more creative as parents to include some fun in it, right? For example, you can help them put it on the calendar. Monday,
Mhm.
maths chapter 2 and English chapter 3. Then
Yeah.
Tuesday, science chapter, 20 problems. And then Hindi, one chapter. Then
Mhm.
Wednesday, we will be doing computer networking and English 2, two portions of grammar, right? So one logical, one creative, one language, like that,
Mhm.
interleave different things with
Yeah.
different tastes. It's like putting more spices in your dish, in your food. You can place in this systematic manner, like this particular thing can be placed in very systematic manner. You do it with
Mhm.
your child's help or you help them do it, and this
Mhm.
keeps the brain balanced. It's not that one day you are only solving maths, the other day you are only doing science, right? No,
Mhm.
interleave it, so that works really well.
Yeah, yeah. So basically, the parents, need to make it more colorful, ma'am. Okay, use different kind of
Yeah.
stickers, sticky notes, because children love that. And every tick mark or a flag that they put after completion of that work is like, mini celebration. Hmm? So
Yeah.
when dopamine flows, their attention sharpens. This is something which every parent need to remember. Mhm.
Right, ma'am, and you very rightly said it, because I use it with my son. The moment you complete one chapter, put a
Mhm.
flag, Shankar
Mhm.
flag into it, right? So when you put that winning flag that I did it, right? So it gives a different kind of dopamine boost. So we have to be little creative how we can give them dopamine boost, because this dopamine boost is something which keeps them intact to screens. They are glued to a screen for 2 hours, they will not move. Why? Because they get this dopamine. So there are different techniques that you can use to give dopamine in studies as well. For example, you can add small fun in this, what Rama ma'am told, like one boy loved cricket, so his
Mhm.
mom made a scoreboard calendar, right? So
Mhm.
every finished topic there
Mhm.
was this particular this thing, a 6, end of the week they celebrated a half century. You understood?
Great.
Every time the child will finish one chapter, they will write sixer.
Good.
So parents study can
Mhm.
feel like a game, right? So, but it is the way we are making it joyful with a spark in your eyes that actually matters. And we use this in Brighter Minds, Rama ma'am. Everything
Yeah.
that you do so joyfully, so so much with passion, kids start enjoying.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And instead of asking, did you finish? Okay. Ask which topic did you enjoy today? Hmm?
Yeah.
One shift makes studying feel like, connection, not the pressure, ma'am.
No, very right, very right. Now, let's be very honest. Kids love doing what they are already good at, isn't it? You
Correct.
will see. Suppose they know that this is something easy, they would say, "Chalo, wo kar lete hain," right? But the real progress comes from touching the weak spots daily. We know that, right?
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
have to complete what they are not good at. I mean, not that good at. So we have to do that. So how to do that?
Yeah. And instead of, voicing it out, like I remember my son hated multiplication tables.
Uh,
Okay.
uh,
So we started with 5 minutes a day. Okay.
yeah.
Just oral practice while brushing teeth. Within weeks, he stopped, de-reading it. So, it was done at not making him aware about it, that this is not something which is really,
Yeah.
weak at.
This is a super beautiful thing that you said, Rama ma'am, because when we label them that because you are weak in math, so we will do it first. We
Yeah.
should never say it, right? Never mention that you are weak in maths, you are good in English. If you have it in your heart, keep it in your heart only.
Correct.
But don't tell it to children. For them, try to make everything fun. This is one fun, this is another fun, this is one game, this is another game. So this like we don't prefer labeling children. So don't label any subject. Even if children say that this is difficult, you say no, because you haven't tried the different technique. Let's try it, you are good at it. So this positive reinforcement. Rama ma'am, this is the beautiful technique that you tried with your son, right?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
parents, this Finman technique, I think we have spoken about it earlier as well. You can give it a try. The Finman technique, I mean, this sounds very technical, but it is very simple. Ask your child to teach you the tough topic. Don't say that this is tough and that is why you teach me. You say, what about this concept? I just forgot because I was child, I studied it. Can you please explain it to me? Right? Like they are, a Bollywood hero. Make them hero. Make them your teacher. Don't ask them like you are testing them, but ask them like they are heroes and you want to actually learn, right? So they will use drama, even on their mistakes. If if they laugh, you laugh. No? So that positive association with mistakes that Rama ma'am spoke about, in last webinar, you can go through that webinar in our YouTube channel. This helps memory. So silliest things make stronger memory.
Yeah, yeah. This reminds me, my son once acted out photosynthesis like a movie, ma'am.
Acha.
And son a dancer, okay? Leaf as a hero and chlorophyll dancing. So we laughed so much, but he never forgot that concept and always got, good score in that subject.
Yeah. So when they make that mistake, they know that they have made the mistake. But the way we react towards that mistake, that actually creates that association in mind, whether it is positively associated, whether their mind is making positive association or negative association with mistake. The last webinar, Rama ma'am spoke about one very beautiful pearl. Rama ma'am, I kept thinking about it. When you said that, association with mistake should be very positive. When they make that mistake, that cricket example you gave, and Rama ma'am said that even Sachin Tendulkar, the misses on 99, and make them feel that it is good to make mistakes. Every mistake you should make once or twice, but make new mistakes. The other day, Rama ma'am, I tried with my son. He said,
Okay.
Mama, I made mistake. I will be losing 4 marks. I said, did you make a new mistake or did you make the same mistake? He
Oh,
laughed aloud. He said, new mistake, Mama.
good.
So every time let them make new mistakes and let them laugh at it so that this association becomes very positive. And
Very
silliest acts, Rama ma'am, and
Mhm.
explanations build a stronger recall for children.
correct, absolutely correct.
And quiz games at dinner, spelling races, doodle on napkins, they are all fun ways you can use.
Yeah,
And
very true.
parents, yeah. And marathon is studying is a myth. The brain tires out, Rama ma'am.
Yeah. So, the short sprints work better, like 25 minutes focus,
Mm.
5 minutes break, then a stretch, a snack, okay, or one silly Bollywood line together, okay, the mood lifts up and the focus returns on the
Mhm. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Remember, laughter is the glue in the brain. Take it as a fevicol. Whenever they are laughing, you are giving that fevicol to get that learning sticked. You know,
correct.
if they laugh at something, if they, have some joy around something, that particular learning will stick. That is the fevicol. Laughter is the fevicol. And kids remember better with joy. In stress, if they are studying, they will not be able to recall in exams. But if they are just enjoying something, laughing about something, and acting it out the other ways that we were talking about in last webinars, then you will feel that they're at the moment when they are sitting in exams, even if exam paper is difficult, the recall will be more. Otherwise, many a times, Rama ma'am, when exam paper is difficult, half of the things go
Yeah.
from the mind in fear, right?
Yeah. That's very true.
Yeah. And Rama ma'am, now let's talk about that biggest villain. You know,
Yeah.
what is the biggest villain? Parents, all of you know it. Would you like to write it in the chat? What is the biggest villain for our children's study? We
It's
all have it all the day in our hands.
yeah.
Screen time, yes.
Yeah.
Phone,
Yeah.
laptop, Rama ma'am.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And this is the biggest distraction, ma'am. Biggest distraction. So phone pings, reels, cricket scores. You open the book and then suddenly just one reel, 2 hours gone.
Yeah, and parents, we know this is there, but we are not able to control it. Many parents ask me how to control, right? So, a
Mm,
small hack, put
mm,
the phone in another room, when
correct.
they are studying. So, their study desk has to be quiet.
Mm,
40 minutes of uninterrupted focus without any screen. That is where you have to find out that corner of the house in such a way that there is no distraction zone. You can write it as no distraction zone. That will ensure their focus, because 40 minutes uninterrupted focus without screen.
mm,
They should not have laptop, they should not have screen. Suppose your child's homework or worksheet, exam worksheet, that comes on the laptop, what you can do, you can take printout, you know
mm,
or
mm.
if child is using online, then make sure that you have some way to ensure that it is not going anywhere else, because it's very easy to open one more window for YouTube.
Very true, ma'am. Very true. So, what I feel, ma'am, that this is like, any try body doubling, like, sit with them, read your own book. If you're accompanying your child when he is doing his homework, or, as you said, the assignments he's completing, they
Huh.
feel better just because you are there. So,
Yeah.
your presence, but your presence has to be also, ma'am, you need to keep your phone away.
Huh.
Isn't
Your
it?
phone away and your book in the hand. It should not look like policing. It should look like you are also reading with them, right, Ramama?
Or you sit and work, no? You sit with your laptop and work with your child, but then that time it should be like you should give him attention, but that is like undivided attention.
Hmm.
Right?
Hmm. Or you can say, like, I'm secretly reading your notes. You can laugh with them. But trust me, they sit straighter when you are there with them. If you can find time. I know it's very difficult to find time all the time, when your child is studying. But even if this is called spotlight attention, even if you're able to get some time to sit with them, do your own work, child is doing, her or his own work, then also it works better.
Yeah, yeah. So I remember one mother had told me she used to sit with, knitting while her sons studied. Okay,
Acha.
just that the silent present, the silent presence of her kept him calm. So sometimes you don't have to teach, you just have to be there. Your presence
Mm.
makes a lot of difference.
Mm-hmm. But here, one thing, Rama ma'am, I observed, sometimes as mothers, we say that, okay, I'm cutting bhindi, you sit with me. and study. That should not happen, I think, because their study space needs to be fixed.
Correct.
Because one parent was sharing with me, Rama ma'am, that wherever I am, I call my child to study there only, maybe on dining table. Sometimes when my child is in washroom, then I start that math table. So I think it will work more if you can just fix the place, because fixing the time and
Yeah.
fixing the place is
Yeah.
super important for brain to get that structure. So
Absolutely.
sometimes it's okay. I mean, sometimes if there is no option and you are cutting bindi, you can call. But try that if your child is having that fixed space, you take your bindi there. And on exam day, pacing makes a big difference. Sometimes we spoke about it. Sometimes kid rush, panic, and lose marks. Hmm? So that part needs to be taken care of. You need to consciously, intentionally tell your child to work on it.
Yeah. So, teach them to skim. Okay. So read questions carefully, solve easy ones first, mark the tough ones. Okay. And then return back to the tough ones later. So it's like, ma'am, buffet, right? Gulab jamun first and then, Karela later. Right?
Yeah. It's important, ma'am, because many a times we hear kids saying that I was trying difficult question. It took a lot of time, and then for rest of the question there was no time left. That is why I made mistake. So this point that you made is super critical. Ask them to solve easier problems first and mark tougher ones and come back to them later. This is very critical, Rama ma'am. Has to be written in golden words. I'll try to train my child accordingly. And mock papers at home are a lifesaver.
Correct.
Time them and celebrate small wins, because confidence builds naturally with this. And there is one bonus hack. There is one super important technique that Rama ma'am keeps telling me. Rama ma'am.
Yeah. So one super easy, yet essential thing that we often forget is, ma'am, hydration.
Yeah.
Right? So it is a brain fuel. Even a mild dehydration lowers focus. So keep, fun bottles around. I call it as a fun bottles, right?
Yeah. And Rama ma'am, what I realize nowadays, children forget to have water in school. So
Correct.
even if we know that we should have water, it is good for brain, it is good for mind, it is good for body, but
Correct.
only knowing will not help. You have
Mm.
to all the time keep reminding. Just remind your child, beta, this water bottle needs to be finished. Like you remind for tiffins, no? Finish
Correct.
your tiffin, it should not come back like that. So
Yeah.
remind for water as well. This hydration part is important. And sometimes children say that, Mama, I didn't have water during full 3 hours of exam because I thought that I would need to go to washroom and then I would lose that time. But this hydration during exam time is also very important. So Rama ma'am, I realized that when brain is not hydrated even during exam time, then recall becomes not very easy.
Yeah, very true, ma'am.
Hmm?
Very true. So,
Yeah.
uh, yeah. No, another thing is that, ma'am, this calmness, right? So, calm parents raise calm kids,
Hmm.
right?
Hmm.
So, celebrate effort, not just marks. A
Hmm.
smile, a hug, a dance break matters more than the grades.
Hmm.
Agree, Surbhi, ma'am?
Yeah. Very right. Because this calmness becomes their tool when paper becomes difficult, or there is something which is not very right during exam time. So this calmness becomes super important. And for this we have various practical techniques you can try. And you can always contact us. I think I will share
Yeah, you share
these
your contact.
details. Yeah.
Yeah. And even, ma'am, the YouTube link also you share so that, they can
Yes.
refer to the previous webinars that
Yes.
them. Yeah.
Yes. So I'm sharing this YouTube link because this particular webinar will also be available on that YouTube on Monday. And then previous webinars also you can see. And then we have one WhatsApp group for parents that you can join. I'm also sharing my number.
Yeah, they can message you first, ma'am, so that it's up a time to speak or
Yeah.
interact.
Yeah. And I'm also sharing one more number in case I'm here and there and I'm not able to answer your message, then you can send on this number as well.
Yeah, that would be good. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So these techniques, these are very small calming techniques. You can include every day, but even if they are 5 minutes, 7 minutes technique, but including them every day before sleep of your child, during daytime, when your child is studying and gets tired, just include these techniques. And these many techniques we keep sharing in our YouTube channel as well. So just give those techniques to child. They may look very simple, but when you do it consistently for 10-15 days, they are very effective.
Absolutely.
So just give it a try. So let's guide with love, because this love is there in our heart. We know as parents it is there in our heart, but let us bring it into our communication. But let us bring it to our transfer of energy to the to your child. Study smart, keep it light, and enjoy the journey is the mantra. Enjoying the journey is very important. If they are not enjoying, later stage it will be difficult for us as parents to motivate them for studies. Rama ma'am, you conducted that workshop, the last mile. So when Rama ma'am was having that group of class 12th people, she gave me a call one day and told me that all these kids are saying that enough of submissions and all, I'm not going to give exam. Rama ma'am, you remember?
Yeah. So, ma'am, I always feel if you keep that environment in your house, right, matters a lot. And if that kind of a joy is there, that kind of, happiness is there, that kind of a love is there, then marks double. Okay. Smiles also double. And smart parenting beats shouting, right? So, next time, don't scold. Maybe just join your hand for a little dance in the break.
Yeah.
Do you agree, Sarveena?
Yeah, very right. And whenever you feel anxious, you will say, "Oh my God, what Surabhi and Rama ma'am keep saying, smile, dance. My child doesn't listen to me, and these guys are saying dance." So whenever you feel stressed and anxious, feel free to connect with us. Try these techniques, these neuroscience techniques, because handling it in temporary way, like right now, is important. But keeping it sustained in long term is also super important, isn't it? Keeping your relationship intact so that when your child becomes teen, they listen to you. That part needs to be ensured, right? That's why we are talking so much about all these, right?
It's a strong connection, ma'am.
Yeah, sure.
So
Yes. So I think we can open our forum for questions, and we have already received few questions. So if you have any questions and you are here, please feel free. I'm taking question. I mean, just to start with, I'm taking by Ruchika Rupani ji. Ruchika ji, are you here? I can give you spotlight if you are here. You can put in the chat or you can speak about it. So Ruchika ji Ruchika ji, are you here?
She's not raised the hand yet.
Yeah, I think. So maybe she will watch in the YouTube. So I'll just take the question. Why is my child weak in languages, even though she scores out of in practical subjects?
Okay. So, yeah, it is very common, because many children, language learning is it totally depends upon how right from the beginning you have given the opportunity to the child, ma'am. Because mother tongue language is there, your most preferred language is there, like which language you speak. In school, most of the schools, they follow the first language is English, correct? So how you have taken efforts to develop your child's language, and we had taken a webinar, ma'am, for this, like reading. If you want the language development, then the good listening, right, and reading is very important. Children develop their language very well.
Yeah, reading is essential. So you can just watch our webinar on reading, it will help. And also, Rama ma'am, I would like to add something here. Different brain circuits are actually responsible for different learnings, right? For example, a child may be very good at maths, but for language, you consciously need to work on maybe. So that's why Rama ma'am is saying whether we are, because you may think that my child does without many efforts in, logical things, maths and other things, but why to take extra efforts in language? There is some brain circuitry as well involved, right? And then, like Rama ma'am said, how many activities and how we have been doing, what is the interest, what observation skills have been developed related to what subject, all those are related to brain things. But having said that, yes, I mean, you can develop language skills with little bit more attention towards it, conscious efforts.
Yeah.
Right?
And another thing should be, ma'am, communication. Daily communication with your child is very important for language development, giving him or her an opportunity to express. Many
Yeah.
parents I have seen, they shut themselves. They are under a lot of stress and pressure. So they do not, have time for the children to, express themselves. So when you want your child's language to be good, okay, first love communication, with your child. That makes love.
Yeah, in communication, you can include stories, role play, acting, different fun ways.
Fun ways.
So thank you for your question, Ruchika ji. Now, second is by Rashmi Rajji. This course will help them in every age. I guess she's talking about Brighter Minds cognitive training programs. Yes, because neuroscience says neuroplasticity happens throughout the life. So you can learn at any age. Having said that, yes, it is true that children have more neuroplasticity. Learning ability is more than adults, no doubt about it. But yes, suppose children are learning in one day, adults will take maybe 2 days. Yeah. But when I'm saying adults means 35, 40 plus. Below that, neuroplasticity is good enough to learn. So I have seen, Rama ma'am, I have seen youth, teens doing with the same page as children. They do it very well.
They are quick in learning. They're quick,
Yeah.
and as you rightly said, that brain connection is so strong. Children have so much of energy, so that energy needs to be tapped well. And this Brighter Mind really taps the energy of the children in a very nice manner. That is something which I have, witnessed it.
Yeah. And I have seen teens and youth transforming. Even if, for Brighter Minds Alpha program, we say that 5 to 15, 4.5 to 15. But after 15 years of age as well, I have seen children doing very well. And I have many groups related to that. We keep on discussing, we keep on doing activities. And of course, I see transformation in them. So you can connect with me on my given number. And yes, I would, maybe I can give you a few references, you can talk to them, because in every age group there are different concerns. With every person actually there is different concern. This mind is not one, even if the siblings are coming to me. Even if siblings are coming, mind will be different, right? So yes, it works. The only thing is how to work on that is our job as cognitive coaches, right? Thank you for your question. Now, Gayatri Bhattacharya ji is asking how not to pass anxiety to kids.
Okay. Yeah, we have, in our discussion also, we have given a tips to the parents. Like, even if you know that your child, you have butterflies in your stomach, right? Yeah. But then how you emotionally can control yourself. So for this also, I must say that, the Brighter Minds or the heartfulness relaxation techniques can really help you a lot in this regards, where you can control your emotions as a parents. Rather than think controlling, right time, right kind of, words and expressions matters a lot for the children around.
Truly agree, because see, one is we are anxious. I mean, you cannot control it when your child is going for exam. As parent, you have also worked hard with children. Nowadays I see, I have a WhatsApp group of parents, and when exam comes, We get so many messages for, from parents, how to solve this, how to write this, all that. So you are day in, day out involved with your child's studies. That is true. So anxiety will be there, but then how not to pass it down, how to work on your own self so that you can channelize your energy, you can regulate your emotions. So only by saying, only by listening to speeches, it will not work. That is why you need those practical techniques that you can try. So Rama ma'am, you are very right. Try practical techniques and see the changes, because these are experiential practical techniques which really bring changes in you. That makes your system automatic, right? Automatically you will get less anxiety. So that is important to experience, because by saying only you will not understand. Experience it. Thank you for your question, Gayatri ji. Now, Kiruthina Gosant ji is asking, why do I get so angry and then feel guilty? All of us do.
Anger and feeling guilt. Okay, these are very, very common. But then again, I go back and saying that maintaining your calmness, having a balanced mindedness. Okay, these are all over the year you need to practice for it. Okay, it just doesn't happen. Like developing a patience. When you are handling the children, okay, you require a lot of patience. So for that, you need to work, and we are really thankful to Daji, where he has given such kind of a free tools to the parents for entire world. So they should find those facilities. I think relaxation techniques is there, calming is there. Then ma'am, cleaning technique is also there. Correct.
Yeah. And Kiruthina ji, just for your relieving this thing, I'm telling you, you get angry because you are human. There is no human who doesn't get angry. So it's very human, very natural to get angry. But I call it Rani, Rama ma'am, Rani. So we all have this Rani in the brain. Rani means reacts at no information.
Correct.
Because whenever that, kids are kids. They will, even if you tell them not to do something 10 times, 11th time, they will spill over. They will do something that will make you angry. So it's okay. Take it light. But the thing is how to, control this Rani. Because whenever, stress hormone is high, amygdala hijacks your thinking. And your brain reacts at no information. That is natural, very natural. That is why what Rama ma'am is saying, try these techniques so that Rani can be avoided. And your amygdala hijack is lesser. Because when amygdala is hijacked, there is very less flow in this frontal lobe. That is why we are not able to think and we just react. But with these techniques, that automatism come in your system, so that you not only react, you don't react at all, you take a pause and respond. But that has to become automatic. You cannot do it consciously, because at the time you are angry, you are not able to control that anger. So that is why these practical techniques will help you to do it automatically, right?
Yeah, Surbhi ma'am, Radhika Jadhav is asking, like you just mentioned some techniques and where we can get this details about it. Okay. So, yeah.
So one thing, Radhika ji, you can get in our YouTube channel, because we keep sharing these reels and these techniques. Often we keep sharing. Almost every day we put something or the other. So you can subscribe to our channel if you have not done it. I have already shared the link. So you can subscribe. And suppose you have some specific concern, then you can send me message. Okay, maybe and when you send the message, just wait a bit, because whenever suppose I am conducting meditation or I am not able to respond to your message immediately, but I note your message, I note your query, and then I will respond for sure. So you can just connect with us if there is some specific concern. And if it helps you to just listen to that YouTube reels, and because we keep on sharing, we also make various long format videos. These webinars are also there. Every week there are webinars on one topic or the other. Maybe you get your answers there. If not, ping me. Thank you so much. Rama ma'am, it's time to say bye now. Thank you so much for
Yeah.
joining. Thank you, parents.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you, parents. Good day.